Well, good afternoon, everybody. Yes, obviously you saw and you felt the heat. If you're going to be out there this weekend, I want you to have a great time, but just respect the heat and don't overdo it in the middle part of the day. The mornings and the evenings are going to be fine. In fact, the irony of it is that the pressure is now so high on top of us that our humidity lowered. Okay, now what does that mean? Well, usually we get that strong sea breeze, right? Brings in all that Gulf air and we really perspire. Now high pressure is over us. It sort of squeezed the Gulf air out, and the 91-degree temperature, well, with a relatively low humidity. I mean, it's not exactly Arizona, but it's different for us. We are looking at temperatures to be hovering in the upper 90s for the next few days, all the way through the early part of next week. What is the heat dome? Well, we got to talk about it. Now, first of all, you know, the sun beats down every day. As the sun beats down and warms the earth, well, the warm air begins to develop. Well, then on top of it, we put higher pressure, which is sinking the air down. Well, that, like the air in like the bicycle pump when you're compressing, that compression heats the air, and so it gets warmer. And then because we've added so much carbon dioxide to the atmosphere in the last, I don't know, 50, 100 years, we are doubling the amount of warmth in there. So whatever heat is trying to escape does not, because it runs into that carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So we've got it all on top of us, and it's going to be here for quite some time. So yes, along the coastal areas, we're looking for upper 90s, but anywhere, you know, the other side of Gonzales, you're going to be looking at 100-degree temperatures. If you happen to be driving, just consider that. Make sure your car's tuned up and you got water in your, or antifreeze in your radiator, because it's going to warm up. And make sure your tires are inflated well as well. So if you're traveling, just realize that the entire Southwest, from here all the way to California, is going to be dealing with unusually warm temperatures. Well, we of course are waiting to see if the tropics are going to get active. This map that I'm going to be using this year is the cyclone heat potential. In other words, wherever you see this pink is where the water is warm enough, where the winds are low enough, and whether the conditions are favorable for development. You can see that out here in the western or eastern Atlantic, it's not so busy. But you get closer to Venezuela, it gets a little bit more intense. But right about here is where you see a lot of pinks, okay? So let's just say the following. We're going to watch this area for about a week to see if anything brews. Now, here's the trick. This would be very close to us. Wouldn't give us much time to be ready for it. I'm not saying it's going to develop. I'm just saying conditions are getting, shall we say, ripe and ready for all this kind of stuff. So we're just going to have to watch it very carefully, because one of the big things that's factoring into our tropical storm season is our water temperature. Look at that. 87 in the Gulf, 85, 85, 85. And that is ripe and ready. That's August water temperature. So here we are in June. Lots of sun, 91 in Port Lavaca, lots of sun, 94 in Cuero, and lots of sun for everybody else all the way through the weekend. Slight 20% chance of a sprinkle or two possible Monday, Tuesday of next week. That's your 7-day forecast, reminding everybody we do have a QR code. Love for you.